everybody, Susan Lazar, Hart here. Welcome to Sunday. Welcome to just a few days after that new moon. Welcome to a full moon rather, and welcome to the shifts and changes that are being tugged at us, that are being gifted to us, that are just part of who we be right now as we head into 2021. Yes, it is December. Can you believe it? I know. So let's wait for the algorithms to kick in. If you are new to Ask Susan, this is a conversation, not a dialogue or monologue. So come on in with your questions. Pop in with your comments. If you're watching this later, hashtag replay. Oop, I just got a thumbs up right there. How does it get any better? So, hey Erica, welcome, welcome. Tell people where you're from. We have an international community. Say hi. Everybody loves to chat amongst themselves. Incongruent living. I love it. I love it. I love it. And welcome to our new members too. We have so many new members coming in the last couple of weeks. So grateful. And if you've been around for a while, tell your friends, right? Share it. Love it. Share it. Tell your friends. The more, the merrier, right? What would it take for everybody to be living congruently, in harmony with who they be, what they came here to be and do? I wonder what that could look like. Yay. Thanks, Erica. So, this month is all about pre-paving. And pre-paving it's that sense of energetically, what is it that I'm asking for in the next, hey Carmen, in the next week, in the next 6 weeks, in the next year, right? It's not about having a resolution. It's more like, are you willing to let go of what you've been holding on to in order to pre-pave energetically for what you're asking for, right? That's pre-paving. It's putting the energies out there. And yes, there is a preparing required. So are you prepared to let go? Are you prepared to surrender to the changes that you know are going on inside of you? I know for myself, there's been so much shift going on. And it's not a tumultuous shift. It's not like, oh my God. It's more like, oh, that's what I was asking for. Okay, I was asking for that to show up in my life. So I was pre-paving months ago for something to show up. It has, or someone to show up. It has shown up. Now, am I willing to let it go? And when I say let it go, it doesn't mean about destroying it. It means about, am I willing to surrender to all the points of views that I thought I had, so that I can actually take an aerial view, 365 degrees, I can expand way out and look at how I'm creating my life, my living, my business, who I'm creating with. All right, Erica says, surrender to the changes. Yes, right? So you're not, I've been up like at 1 in the morning. This morning it was 4 in the morning. And what I usually do is I kind of look at everything from inside here, not outside, right? So it's almost like if you could step behind your eyes and just energetically be present. I'm getting lots of hearts and thumbs up. Yay. Energetically just be present. And then look from there, right? Not from out here, from inside. And ask, oh, I'm itchy in my third eye now. That was kind of yummy. And ask, would I be willing to let go of, uncreate, let go of any oaths, vows, fealties, communities, promises, right, that I have to any commitments or signed contracts in any lifetime, past, present, and future, so I can actually rise to the highest vibration of who I truly be. And I've been asking that question for the last 4 nights when I wake up in the morning or early morning. And I'll ask it again. And everything that doesn't allow that to show up, uncreate, destroy that. And I just, boom, energetically. And it's amazing what it has been popping for me. And the softness, the gentleness, the willingness to just be present. Oh yeah, I was asking for that. Now, does that actually work for me now with who I be and what I'm asking for? And when you notice, it's not about digging up all the crap, and there's no blame, there's no fault, there's nothing wrong. Right? But if we're actually willing to be really, really, really present, that energy of being totally present is pre-paving, is making the way for what we're asking to show up. Yeah. And so as we're asking for this to show up, whatever that is, right? By letting go of your hopes, your dreams, whatever it is that you thought you had to do, that you thought you had to be, who you thought you had to be. Hey, Alanka. You're opening up the pathway for more of what you're asking for to show up. And it's going to show up differently. It could show up as a person, right? Part of what I was doing at 4 in the morning was, listening to inspirational talks and videos and playing with being present and playing with being present. And, we just had that masterclass on presence. And thank you so much for all of you who came. It totally shifted so much for so many people. Thank you for private messaging me. And if you're one of those people who were in the masterclass and you have some questions, just private message me, right? I sent you a little note twice. If you didn't get it, say, Susan, I didn't get your note. Just private message me. Because I really do want to know what's popping for you and how that class was for you. There was so much feedback that I'm actually going to be creating a 12-week program starting in January on presence, in which we will have live class, right, once a week. And let's see what that creates. Because part of pre-paving is being present, right? Now, there's that, I have a comment here. Hold on a second. Erica, man, wow. Yeah, I've been holding on to so much. I just realized when you said that. Thanks. You're so welcome. Here's a little phrase that I always play with for myself. Whatever you hold on to holds you back from being you. Because we're changing and shifting all the time. So if you're holding on to, like, oh, I said I was going to be that person. Well, we shift and change all the time. So does everybody else, right? It's about being present. Yeah. Erica, letting go is kind of an elusive concept to me. I know I'm supposed to, but sometimes I don't know how to. I get a little caught up in memories of reliving conversations and I can't seem to master letting go. Are there steps? Absolutely. I love that. Thank you so much. When you hear yourself going through those voices, you could ask yourself, whose timeline am I on? We had a conversation, I believe it was 2 weeks ago, about timelines. So go back into the Ask Susan Sundays. Hey, Janie, welcome, right? And we have a YouTube, I have YouTube, I'll put it up here, in which you can watch all the past Ask Susans. And when you hear those voices, stop and ask yourself, so is this my timeline or is this somebody else's? In other words, are you having a conversation to change and shift someone else's point of view? So that's not your timeline, it's theirs. Are you dedicating your life, your walk, your eating, who you're being today, to somebody else's timeline? I remember once, years ago, I actually, and a friend of mine, we created the first Run for the Cure for breast cancer for Montreal. And we had a whole bunch of women who were working with us as a team. And one of the women came in at the last minute in the gym before we were going to start all this off and started reorganizing and saying, this should be like this, and let's have this, and let's have that. And I'm like, where, in my mind, I'm like, where have you been for the last 6 months when we were organizing it? And it was highly successful. And the next day, I remember walking in the forest, just pissed off, right? You ever just walking pissed off, like, God, who does she think she is? And all of a sudden, I stopped myself, and I'm like, oh my God, here I am walking in this gorgeous forest, and I'm dedicating this walk to her, right? To her timeline, to what she decided was important. It has nothing to do with being present with today, with breathing, with receiving from the forest, with my body moving, with what else is truly possible. Yeah. Let me know if that assists you at all, Erica. And anybody else, if you have some comments, write them in. I see comments are coming in. So instead of pre-paving, like, so I wonder what else is possible. How else would I like to play with the breast cancer movement? What could that look like for me? I was going backwards, right? So I wasn't pre-paving with the energies of the future. I wasn't acknowledging and appreciating what was so that could add to my future. I had dedicated this to someone else's timeline, to someone else's life, not mine. And that has nothing to do with being present. And so let me know if that gives you a sense. You ask for a tip, that would be my tip. Ask, wow, 2 things. Am I dedicating this, whatever this is, to that person, to that thought? What's the value of dedicating? Well, it's distracting me. Okay, stop. Now what would I like to create from here? Right? Yeah. Because distractions go from that way to the past. They don't pre-pave, and they certainly don't assist you in preparing for what you're asking to create. And I'll talk about preparing in a minute. I just want to check on these comments. Erica says, yes. Yes. Whose timeline is it? Yeah. Alanka, wow, I just spoke to my ex yesterday a little about our adult daughter. And it's amazing to realize right now how much I'm holding on to it. Thank you so much. You are so welcome, Alanka. Thank you. Alanka says, oh, wow, yes, that's intense. Oh, my God, I think I've done this all my life. And that makes so much freaking sense. Yes, absolutely. Trying to undo it energetically. And here's the deal. Yes, we're taught to work on something. What if it's just what is, right? Wow, that was just her way of being, right? And she actually went on working and heading the Breast Cancer Foundation for years and did it quite successfully. I chose to walk away because I was like, this actually doesn't work for me, right? What is it that I'm here to create and be and do? That was a wonderful learning experience. That was a great sense of myself and how much I can contribute as a leader. Now, where else would I like to play, right? Yeah, that's taking the information and pre-paving, letting the universe know. I'll have more of that leadership, thank you, and what else is out there for me? What's tugging for me? What is my inner being telling me that I came here to be and do, right? Yeah. Erica says, thank you for this. You are so welcome. Erica says, I always go backwards, which distracts me from progress. Yes, instead of just creating forward, this makes so much sense. Yay! Thank you, Erica. Yeah, and it's right. I love that. Thank you. Thank you for your awareness too, Erica. Thank you for the acknowledgement and acknowledging yourself, because this is where we are right now, right? This is where we are right now. We are on the cusp of huge shifts, huge changes for everyone, and we are part of that everyone. So if you're willing to ask yourself, so what is it that I'm asking for with 2021 now, right? What is it that I'm asking to pre-pave so that the way has more ease, that the way has more of me in it, right? Not less. Yeah. And part of, yes, there is I want to talk about preparing as well. You know, I often talk about being totally present. How do you prepare yourself for the day, right? How do you prepare yourself? Do you wake up with everybody's crap in your head and go, oh my God, and drag yourself here and drag yourself there and find out reasons why things aren't working? You're going to get more of that. You know, that's the law of supply and demand. You're demanding it, the universe is going to supply it, right? Yeah, I got lots of thumbs up. Hi, Ingrid, welcome, welcome. The whole thing about the willingness to prepare yourself, like I've been up since 4 o'clock and I was asking, okay, body, what's this all about? And my body didn't desire to go back to sleep. I went into another bedroom and I listened to some stuff and I got up and emptied the dishwasher. I prepared dinner for tonight at like, I don't know, about 5 o'clock in the morning. Meanwhile, all the time I'm listening. I'm listening to what I'm asking, what is it that I'm requiring to hear, right? And I listened to this wonderful new friend and the way that she was speaking about, facilitating from her heart, right? And I listened to, her name is, by the way, it just slipped my mind. I just want you to know about her. She's amazing. Aaliyah, okay? Aaliyah, sorry, Aaliyah, I just lost your name here. I'm just giving you a big shout out, honey, because I think you're so amazing. Aaliyah Jamal. There you go. And then I listened to some Eckhart Tolle. And then I listened to some Esther Hicks, Abraham. And I just what is it that I'm required to hear today? Boom. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. And that's preparing me for my day, for my conversation with you, to be present with me. Right? I'm not listening to the news, and I'm not watching about COVID, and it's like, no, it's what difference can I be today? Right? What difference can I be today? So I'm pre-paving my day, and I'm also preparing for my day by being present, right? By being present. Erica, I've been going back in my mind to fix it. Just let it be. Yes, it's a pre-pave and go forward. Thank you. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. So how is this? I know a lot of people are listening right now. Can I see some thumbs up and hearts? Are we in the right lane? I always like to check in. And again, please pop in with your questions. If not now, later. I check in every day. And watch out for some changes. And watch out not as like, oh, watch out, there's a car coming. But more like, I think I'll just step out and check out. I don't mean check out of your life. I mean check out what's going on, right? Take a 365-degree aerial view of you, what you're creating, how you're creating. Hey, Lola, who you're creating with, right? It just because it was working doesn't mean it has to work now, right? That's part of being totally present, is the willingness to be with no judgment. Right? And then, so, wow, I'm not that person who I was. I don't have the requirements that I did. So am I willing to let it all go and be present with that? Because as long as you're holding on to what isn't working, you can't possibly prepare and pre-pave for what you're asking to show up. Right? It's like I think there's a Aesop's fable about a monkey who wanted to get the nut out of the coconut. So he climbed up to the top of the tree and he pulled down the coconut and he put his hand in and there was a nut, but he couldn't get his hand out. And in order to get his hand out, he had to let go of the nut. So, how many of us we have something we've created, we really desire it, we really want it, we're holding on to it so tightly that we can't actually nurture ourselves. We can't actually feed ourselves, right? Feed ourselves by, wow, this nurtures me. What I'm creating is nurturing. Are you creating a life that's nurturing you? Are you creating a life that's adding to your life and living, right? That's in touch with what you desire to create and how you desire to create. By being that present, that's pre-paving, right? Because you're letting the universe know, I'll have more, please. I'm not sure what it is. I'll have more. And sometimes we are sure. But the thing is, being sure is sometimes our way of holding things back. I'm getting tons and tons and tons of hearts here and thumbs up. Yay! Yeah. Lola, I'm feeling like that. Thank you. Yes, absolutely, Lola. So many of us are. Because we're aware, right? If you are aware, you are aware. You can't stop awareness, right? Lola says, how do I go and create again? It's about not making anything significant. Great question, Lola, right? If we have a point of view, oh, look what I created, I can never create this again. What are you telling the universe? This is the best there is. Don't bother with me anymore. Right? Letting go is really letting go. Right? Letting go. It's like, don't hold on to anything. Can you imagine you have a plant and it's just gorgeous and you water it and you nurture it, but do you strangle it? Do you hold on to it and say, don't grow anymore? No, right? You enjoy it for what it is in the lifespan that it is, in the lifespan that it has, and the contribution that it is to your life and your living. Right? And that contribution, oh, Lola, you just gave me an idea. Thanks. And that contribution is what prepaves for the next week, year, day, month, whatever that is for you. Oh, and that thought just went out of my head. Lola says, brilliant. Erica says, I always want to be sure. I've been told in relationships so too much. I'm too gusted. I don't know what gusted means. Guarded. Well, Erica, you know, again, ask yourself, are you holding on to somebody else's point of view about you? What are you preparing for? And that's where that preparing has a double edge to it. Are you preparing for more of those comments? Because if you're actually willing to be the space of space and expand way out, it's not relevant what people say about you. Yeah. Erica says, trying to be sure keeps me from making decisions. And here's the deal. There's no such thing as sure. There's no such thing as perfect. There's no such thing as right. Right? Part of pre-paving is the willingness to let the universe contribute to you, because it is going to look different. And wherever that is, that soul connection, right, that you have, that you know, is talking to you all the time. So if you're willing to, again, expand out, you know, I was just talking with a client and I said, have a coffee date with your business, right, once a week. Right? Just be present with your business. Have a conversation with your business. Be present with what your business is talking to you, is telling you, is urging you. Right? It's the same thing with everything. We tend to rush into everything. It's like, yeah, I'm going to do that. Bah, 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 bah. What are you doing? You know, how's it working for you? Would be my question. Right? Have you been taught to act on everything you think about? What if you actually just took a breath, put it in the context of where you are and who you are and what you are and how you like to play, and then ask questions from there. Right? Is this creating what I'm asking to create? Maybe it was. Is it creating now? That's the letting go. Letting go of making it significant. Letting go, well, I said that I was going to do that. Letting go of, well, I invested all that money in that. Letting go of, I just bought that. Letting go of, well, nobody else has a life this amazing. Let go. Let it go, let it flow. Let it go, let it flow. Yeah, that's what congruent living's all about. Right? It's being present with what is, with no judgment. And again, we're going to dive deeper into that in the program that I'm going to be offering in January. It's going to be called New Beginnings, and it will be a 12-week program in which we'll meet once a week and dive in to being present with a new beginning for you. I'll be giving you some more information. And if you're interested in that, just, you know, put hashtag New Beginnings, and I'll make sure to get you on a list when I'm sending out the info. Alanka, I'm holding on to my points of views about how people are not willing to create. Okay, it doesn't matter what it is. Okay, I'm going to be a little... Now, it doesn't matter what it is. Any point of view you're holding on to holds you back from being you. Right? Yeah, and Erica says, I'm willing to let it go. Absolutely. Yeah, just like, oh man, whose timeline am I on? That's not my point of view. Who did I buy that point of view from? How's the point of view working for me? Right? Those are the questions you want to be asking. And if I choose this, what could that look like? Not what would it look like, but what could it look like? Erica, thank you so much. Tricia, absolutely on target. Thank you. Coffee date with business, wonderful. I'm going to have another one today, too. And I don't even drink coffee. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you all for coming in. I'm so grateful for all of you. I appreciate you so much. And again, 2 requests for those of you who were on the masterclass. In the masterclass last Sunday, if you didn't get my letters, asking you some questions, offering you something special, just for being you, let me know and private message me. And if you're interested in more information on this new program I'm creating called New Beginnings, a 12-week program on getting to the soul of who you truly be and what you came here to be and do, just put hashtag New Beginnings, and I will make sure to send you an advance invitation. I love you. Again, if you're listening later, hashtag replay, and have an amazing day. And be present today with you and ask yourself, what is it that is working for me? What is it that isn't working for me? And ask your business to have that conversation with you. Ask your relationships to have that conversation with you. Yay, I got all kinds of hearts on that one. Ask your body to have that relationship with you, that conversation with you. Woo. see you at Congruency Quickies on Wednesday on my personal page. Live boldly, love greatly, and be that fearless leader you came here to be. And if there's something you want to talk about with me, just private message me. Let's have a chat. And sometimes people contact me, they want to ask a question, they don't want to ask it in the group. But I'm always here for you, you know that. Yeah. Erica is so grateful for you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Erica. Thank you for your questions, all of you. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.